What's up, YouTube? Eric B here again, and I've got a great video for you guys today. I'm going to be showing you how we integrate our setter closer sales process in our real estate business so that we close more deals. This is in my opinion, the best way to get the most leverage and results in your real estate business. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what it looks like in our office so you can apply it in your office as well. So again, this is all about creating the best sales experience. The better the sales experience, the better your close ratios are going to go, the more transactions you're going to create. So again, I'm going to just show you what that looks like. And this is nothing new in a sales industry. The setter closer business model or sales process is all around us all the time. Most high performing come from a setter closer type of model. So it's really simple. It's like a two-part sales process. The one person really focuses on the setting of the appointment and nurturing of the lead, the building the rapport and qualifying the client before they move over to the closer, who then brings the final close, the analysis, and the closing presentation to the table to get the contract. So it's a two-part process. It's the setter, building rapport, making sure that the client's needs are taken care of, that they're qualified, that they're ready for the next step. And when you do this really well, the closing process is a breeze. It makes the acquisition manager in our world, it makes it just extremely easy for them to operate. So this is what it looks like for us. First off, you got to have the leads coming in. So once you get your campaigns off and running, then we have our what we call operations manager. That's our setter. Our operations manager, they filter through all of the leads as they come in. So whether they're coming in through direct mail, our web form, our texting campaigns, whatever it is, it comes into our operations manager. That's our setter. So our setter then interviews them, goes through our seller lead script, and determines if there's appropriate amount of motivation there and if it's really the right time for them to go to the next step. The operations manager, they tag it into our CRM. So once they do the tag into the CRM, then that will kick off certain notifications and encourage the next steps. They will also, if it's not the right time, then the leads manager, operations manager, they will then put them on the appropriate follow-up campaign or drip campaign so that we're constantly keeping in touch with them. So they go through this vetting process right here. They tag them appropriately into our CRM. The ones that are hot and or medium, they come right on over to this process where the operations manager, they create the file, they get the desktop analysis started, and they move them right on down over to the asset manager. Now, if it's not the right time, if it's cold or if they're not ready for the next step, then it goes into the follow-up process. Okay, so they manage this top portion, and their goal right here is to build rapport, make sure that they move along to the next step at the right time. It's not a push. It's all about utilizing your lead script really so that you get the right opportunities to the next step. So this is when the appointment is set, whether it's a phone appointment or an in-person appointment, this is when the asset manager takes over. Now, the asset manager, they focus on doing what we call the ultimate seller appointment system. And they go through, they have their cover page, their letter to the client, the team intro, talk about our preferred partners, go through our testimonials. They then present the subject property information, go over the comps. This is all the desktop analysis right here. So they perform the desktop analysis and they load it into our iPad system. So once they get all of this into the iPad system, then it allows the asset manager to then go either to an in-person appointment or do a phone appointment. The in-person appointment, they put that on the calendar, or it's on the calendar, obviously. The lead manager does a confirmation call prior to the appointment to make sure that the asset manager is going and they're going to be there. So there's a confirmation call step. Then the asset manager, they take the iPad that has all of the analysis and everything out into the field. They do the seller appointment and they present the offer on the spot. Now, if the offer is accepted, obviously great. Then they move on forward. If the offer is declined, then it goes on over here. Or if it's a listing opportunity, that goes on this way. Now, in this step, after the seller appointment, this is when the operations manager, the setter, steps back in. So what you can see here is the asset manager is the blue squares and the operations manager is the orange shapes. So here, after the appointment is done, the operations manager does a phone call to our prospect or our client, and they ask them, how did the appointment go? They get some feedback. They make sure that there's nothing that was left on the table at that appointment. If the contract was signed, then they get to say, hey, congratulations, I'm excited that we're working together. If the contract was not signed, they can then find out any intel as to, hey, is there anything that was left on the table? Was there any information that you were looking for? What is it that we can do to help? So this is a really powerful step that we have our operations manager go in. Now, keep in mind, the operations manager, they're the ones that built the rapport to set the appointment in the first place. So it's a friendly follow-up. It's a really warm process after there. And on the other scenario, when they do the phone call, they do the same thing as far as the asset manager. They have the phone call, they do the deep dive discovery, and after that, the operations manager does their call. And then, of course, if it's declined, then it goes into our follow-up process, and where we will then just keep following up with them systematically. And this would be the lead manager that is responsible for this, and it's largely happens through our CRM is how they get all our follow-up. So it's not such a manual process for the leads manager. Now, obviously, if the offer is accepted, then bingo, they get a congratulations call. We make sure that the next steps are clear and the inspections are scheduled. So all of this happens with the operations manager, and of course, we give them the little heart. Congratulations, we're working together. This is a wonderful thing. And if it is a listing referral, if it turns into, hey, this isn't a good cash purchase, then we do exactly this. We refer them over to our listing agent, and we talk to them about moving forward with a listing agreement. So this is the process that we go through, and this process is managed by the asset or the operations manager to make sure that the CRM is up to date, current, all the automations are happening, and the client feels like their needs are met. So you can see that there's a two-step with the two people working this sales process. It brings a lot of efficiency to it, keeps the operations manager in the office, in the desk, really honing in on the CRM, being focused on the phone calls to do the appropriate phone sets for the asset manager. And then the asset manager really stays focused on the analysis and presenting offers. Okay? With that combination in play, when they work together and they circle back, collect more information, this creates a wonderful sales experience that has our closing ratio always improving. It's phenomenal how this pattern in our real estate office is the winning ingredient, hands down, and it has scale to this. So we're doing well over 100 transactions a year with this balance, and we recommend it and teach it to all of our clients across the country that join us in the 80/20 Momentum group that we run and operate and teach for real estate professionals that want to do more deals in less time and scale their real estate operations. So if you find this information useful, if you want more details about how we go over this and all the different steps, templates, and process maps, follow us, join our Facebook group, and we'd love to share our resources and build our relationship there. So I will see you on the next video.